What up, M Squad, and welcome back to my channel. Today, you guys, I am doing a reaction video to Kayla Nicole. Her video, I think she did this about a couple of weeks ago. The title of her video is actually "I Went Home Today." Actually, this was filmed August the 6th, which was last month, so it's been over a month. And it's Nicole TV. That's the name of her channel. And the reason why I'm doing a reaction to this video is because this video actually hit home for me. I can relate to her video in so many ways. So as I am reacting to this video, I will be stopping the video to give you some of the insights of my childhood in the home that I grew up in. I will have a picture link in the house that me, my mom, and my sisters and brothers, it's 5 of us, grew up in. 2 brothers and it's 3 of us girls. It's a 3-bedroom home. So she's from Alabama and I'm from South Carolina. Very small cities. Like I said, we have a lot in common in the way we grew up. So we're gonna get started. So if you are new to the channel, welcome. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. Just hit that little red subscribe button. And also like a video to go watch some of my old videos as well. Share this channel out to all social media platforms. And also make sure you hit that notification bell. It's very important so you won't miss any of the videos that I upload, or whenever I go live, or whenever I post on my community tab. So I want to go ahead and get started in this video. When I got the notification when she did this video, I just want y'all to know that I cried because I can relate to her video in so many ways. So many ways. So what we're gonna do is we about to get into it, you guys. So this is actually her and her fiance. They drove back to her hometown. It kind of reminded me. Stop. I'm sorry, you guys. This kind of remind me when we went back to my husband's hometown in Alabama, where his family, his mom and dad is from, and where he grew up as a little child, a baby. It kind of remind me of this area. You know, some of these roads like that. If you get to a certain point, they can actually remember, and you can turn down that road. And some roads you can't turn down, but there was houses actually built in the back of all those trees and wooded area. So let's get back into it. I feel you. Wow, you guys. This remind me of the houses that I was seeing in Alabama when my husband's hometown is at. Yes. Let me tell y'all something. If you ain't from the country was the best living. Let me tell you, the best living whatsoever. We wasn't in the house all the time like some of these children are in today. We didn't have electronics like that. When we got our TV, that was like the best thing ever. When we got the house phone, that was like the best thing ever. But when I tell you, outside, playing outside as a child, living down south was the best thing ever. When you be on punishment and your parents tell you that you could not go outside, oh my gosh, it felt like the world was coming to an end, to literally, because that was the best thing to do. When you get out of school, you do your homework, you eat, you get your stuff ready for the next day, and then you go outside and play with your friends. It's the same friends you go to school with, the same friends you see at school all day, every day. But just going outside was the best thing ever. We made up all kind of games, playing outside, playing in the bushes, playing in the dirt. That southern living was the best. It teaches you and keep you humble.
We own my shorts on, no shoes. I hated those stairs because I couldn't really, it's scary walking up the stairs. So this is what it looked like. And it looked like this when we was living here too. Well, the grass went up this bad. Oh yeah. Yeah, we gotta be careful, y'all. There might be snakes and shit. Yeah.
Sorry about the cussing.
Damn, look at all these bugs. Ready for me? I'm good, man. I got it. I can walk up. No weapon pointed against me, shall I? No, just funny. And these bricks was always like this too. Ain't nobody there? Make sure there ain't no crackheads up in here. So yeah, y'all, this was the kitchen. It looked bad now, but this was our small ass kitchen. It used to be a different color, but yeah. Let me show y'all. This was the living room. And we would use the back door a lot. And then we started to use the front door. This was the bathroom. They started working, but
Our bathroom was small and our kitchen was small too.
this was, we was always in here. My father and my mama. Her room was decent or whatever. Before it got like this, and let me show y'all where my room was. This is where Nicole made her infamous videos. Do y'all recognize this pink wall? Yes. So let me turn my shit to my flash. And this was my brother's room. Hell, somebody do be in here. Got some bed right here. Well, to whoever live in this house now, God bless you. I'm gonna get out their space before they pop up. Look at these damn clothes. Who the fuck stay here? Let me get out they shit. Let me get out they shit. But yeah, I just kept having the feeling. I just wanted to come back home. Just to see like the memories of this place. Cause I came far. I came very far. And it was hell growing up like this. And the fact that I changed my life like this in 2 years, I should be very fucking proud of myself. Cause I don't appreciate myself enough. But I just want y'all to know.
I feel on that. Sorry about the cussing, you guys, but I feel on that. Growing up down south in small homes, and you have more than 3 people staying in a 3-bedroom home. Me and my sisters, well, it was me and my 2 younger sisters that's younger than me. We got the biggest room. We shared a room together. We had a bunk bed, and it was just like a regular bed. And we shared a room together. My mom had her own room, and my brother had his own room, and then my baby brother, he was a baby, so he slept in the room with my mama. We had a living room, we had 1 bathroom, we had a kitchen, the washing machine was in the bathroom. We didn't have a dryer, so anytime that we dried clothes, we had a clothesline in the back of the house, so that's how we dried clothes. We didn't have city water. We had well water. But let me tell y'all something. That well water was the best water ever. It get cold. It stay cold. You could drink it out the faucet. We didn't have those type of issues. We didn't have city water. We didn't have to worry about the water running like brown, and you had to filter because the well water had a filter system on it. So the water was the best water ever. When you wash up, when you wash your clothes, and when you drink out the faucet. Even when we had like a water hose connected to the outside of the faucet outside, we was able to drink out the faucet. That's how good the water was. It was the best thing ever. So I feel her on that. Sometimes when I go back to my hometown, when I go visit my family on my dad's side, I go through my neighborhood, go back and, visit the house that I grew up on. I still remember the house number in the street is 742 Craig Circle, Norwood Acres, baby, Bennettsville, South Carolina. And let me tell you, so Bennettsville, South Carolina is actually a couple of hours away from Myrtle Beach. So that's just my hometown. That's where I grew up at. And that's my stopping grounds, you guys. So we're going to get back into it. This video. That's true.
Don't allow nobody to make you feel no type of way for being poor.
Right.
To this day, I still get judged because y'all see how I dress. I don't look like a millionaire or a rich ass, person who does what I do, and it give me problems today too. And it hits hard because it hurts. It's just like, damn, all my life I've been getting belittled and just.
You know what? It's sad that she is still being judged to this day, even though she's no longer living how she was living before she became YouTube famous. It's just like, okay, so she's making a lot of money. She can dress the way that she wants to dress. She don't have to be sitting here having her teeth all bedazzled out and having her hair, lace front all the time, and have to have all these expensive jewelry and watches and showing off all these cars and houses. It's just like it's just like you get talked about whether you do good, you get talked about whether you do bad. And it's crazy that people expect her to be looking fly all the time, like she got to be jewelry down. This young lady is very smart at her age. She is creating businesses. And let me just get off subject right quick, okay? When you see white people who are billionaires and stuff like that, you don't too much see them flaunting all the cars and all the jewelries and all the houses and stuff like that they got. Yes, we are, to a certain extent, we are aware of some of the things that they may have. But they don't flaunt their stuff like how black people do. I'm just going to put it on out there. Excuse me, but the truth is the truth and facts is facts. Every time you see we got to go show off, every time we get a watch, every time we get a car and cars upon cars, and you don't drive all of them, to be honest. You can have about 10 or 15 cars, and you don't drive all of them. Half the time you don't even be there to drive all of them. Houses upon houses, like... She has several properties. She's creating several businesses. She knows the money that she have, and it's sad that people are still, coming at her, telling her how she should dress. Maybe she feel comfortable dressing the way she does. There are several white people that are rich and famous. You don't too see much them being all flashy with all these dressy clothes and stuff like that. The only time you may see them is like when they go to an event. But normally when you see them out and about, they got on regular clothes and they going about their day. They all not fancy schmancy. They just going about their day. Only time you see them dress up is maybe like in movies or when they go to like events with the public and cameras is going to be around. But it's crazy that she's being judged upon how she look, and they expect her to supposed to be dazzled out all the time. Life is not going to be like that. You're not gonna be dazzled out all the time. So I just had to say something about that, though. Let's get back into it.
Judge because I was poor and all this other shit. But if you're going through the same type of thing, don't let nobody make you feel bad about it.
Right.
Your life will change tomorrow. Literally, look at me and all the people who used to. I'm talking about bully me, even teachers belittling the fuck out of me, making me feel like shit. Now look at me. I came from this, and nobody knows. Nobody.
This is the part that made me cry, y'all.
And I'm not ashamed to talk about it. That's why I'm gonna post this video. But it's just like people try to make me feel so bad. And look what I came from. Look what I've done for myself. I'm just real proud. There's nothing wrong with staying in a trailer. There's nothing wrong with being poor. Because you don't know what your life could be.
Right.
I can't even say what I really want to say, but I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself because people tried to put me down a lot. They tried to make me feel like shit. I was bullied. I was abused. I had to go through a lot. And look at what I made my life. At the age of I've been doing this internet stuff since I was 13. And when I turned 17, that's when I started making my first good money on YouTube. I got my little $2,000 checks. Then it went to 4,000. Then I hit 7,000. And I was in school. And I was just telling people, I was like, I like just all that fight and stuff. It was hell. We're gonna have to save it for another video. But it was just a lot that I had to deal with coming from a place of nowhere. And the whole time, people tried to always paint me out to be so aggressive.
Right.
And such a fighter, not knowing what I was fighting at home. So, to any girl like me that's out there, this is who I do it for. People like me and you. And this is why I don't give up. This is why I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Nobody can ever break me. The internet cannot break me because I built me. And I do this for my fans. Even back in the day, when my channel was small, like just the love I used to get. Y'all were the only thing that kept me happy. When I would look at the reactions and the positivity that I gave other people, that shit made me hang on while I was fighting my depression and suicide and dealing with so much stuff. My fans kept me up, and that's why I would never ever give up. And that's why.
See, you never know what a person go through. Just because you may see them be a certain way when they behind these cameras and when they doing their podcast and whatever type of social media platform that a person does, you don't know what they're battling with outside of these cameras. Just like how she said she was battling through bullying and doing people treating her any kind of way and going through depression, suicide. Those are the things that people battle with. No, regardless, no matter where you stay at, you don't know what people are battling with. And having these social media platforms and having a YouTube channel or a podcast, that is keeping someone from being depressed or having suicidal thoughts. You know what I'm saying? And she have came a long way. This young lady has came a long way. So after this video, after I finish doing this reaction video, I'm going to get into how I grew up. So let me finish this up.
I go so hard for my fan base because they went hard for me. I literally went from that, like I was just here. My life just stopped being like this. And I'm 30 years ahead of myself. So I just want to thank God. And anybody coming from the country, anybody poor, anybody that's struggling right now.
Yes.
It ain't the end. Get your finger out the way, baby. It's not the end of the world. And I was just
Right.
But just know you are not a bad person because you're poor. And you're not less than because you're poor.
Right.
You are not people that try to make you just feel like shit just because you don't have shit. And then you come up on their ass and you do shit like this. And this is, I do it for people like you. I'm gonna get real mad. I do it for people like us. Nigga, I was just in this fucking grass making the best of this shit. Coming outside, my brother out all outside, no shoes. And the people that's gonna see this video, yeah, this how I was living. Whole time, y'all ain't know that. Y'all ain't even know that. Now look at me. Multiple properties, no mortgage. Fucking nigga mean.
All right, so you guys, let me tell y'all. Okay, so let me see if I can put up the picture where I grew up at, cause I did screenshot it. Okay, all right, let me get it, y'all, because I'm gonna pull up the house where I grew up on. I know in my other videos y'all see pictures of where my husband grew up on our I want to say about 2 or 3 months ago when we went to Alabama. I did a video. If you haven't seen that video, make sure y'all go and check that video out. Okay, so hold on, you guys. I'm gonna pull it up right quick. Okay. I'm getting to it, you guys. I'm trying to see if I can pull it up. Okay. We almost there, you guys. Bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. I'm trying to pull it up here. Now, I want you to know how this house looks now is nowhere near how the house looked when we lived there. Okay? Okay, so this is my old house. Okay, so we did have this is the main tree that we actually climbed in as when we was little. Well, actually this one back here. This is the main tree that we climbed when we was little. We didn't too much climb it, you know, because sometimes there was poison oak. This is our long driveway. This wasn't back here. Okay, so this right here, what I'm clicking on right here, this is what our well used to be at. We didn't have this white fence, all this little stuff back here. We didn't have that. We didn't have this right here, this little shed or this little carport right here. This is our neighbors. This window right here is where me and my sister slept at. These two windows is where my mom slept at. I do remember these bushes. We did have the green, this green stuff on the front porch right here. You see 742. Okay, so this window right here was my brother's window. This was our living room right here. This right here, this window right here was the kitchen. This is the long driveway. We didn't have a basketball goal at all. None of this was back there. And back in the back was our clothesline. Now right here used to be our peach tree. And we had a plum tree. So this is a 3-bedroom house. In the back, the kitchen, and then in the back there was the bathroom window, and then on the outside in the back of the house, that's where our storage unit was. So we could have put a washer and dryer out there, but we never did. My mom didn't want to keep going outside, going back and forth. So, but this is the old house. We didn't have a flag or a pole in the yard. There used to be a tree that we used to climb all the time. Like every day we used to climb a tree all the time. We didn't have like these little lights in the front yard either. We didn't have a air conditioner in the window as well. But this is my house, you guys, with my sisters and brothers. All 5 of us, including my mom, when before she got married, where we grew up in, and it's a 3-bedroom house. And yeah, we had a hard time when we grew up. My mom was a single mom. She was struggling, you know, to raise us children. And we had a rough childhood. We had some good times. We had some bad times in this house. And every time I come to my hometown, I always try to go back to my house to see, you know, where I grew up at. There were times when my mom didn't have food in the house. She didn't have money, like during the summertime. And during the summertime, the middle school, they offer free lunch during the summertime. So that's how we was able to eat. We used to come there for breakfast. We used to have to walk because my mama didn't have a car at the time. So we were so used to walking anyway, you know, walking to where we needed to go. Unless my mama got a ride from like family members or friends, and or Mr. Brown taxi. God rest his soul. But he used to take us around, you know, where we needed to go at, and so we used to eat. We used to go walk early in the morning to the school. We used to go there, eat breakfast, walk back home. And then we used to turn right back around to go eat lunch. And, you know, there were times when my mama had dinner, but we didn't have breakfast or lunch. Or, you know, we used to go to like friends' house and eat. But they didn't know that we didn't have food. Also, I do remember like with the well, you know, you can't call the city to fix your well if your well, you know, runs dry, or if your well needs to be maintenance, or if it, you know, malfunctions or it breaks down. You know, you have to come out your own pocket and pay for your well to be fixed. So there was a time when the well went out, and it cost my mama, I think, anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 just to get fixed. And my mama didn't have that money, so we didn't have water in our house. I want to say for a couple of years. So what we had to do is my mom was able to talk to the neighbor on right over here, and no one knows this, and after a while people started noticing. We hooked up our water hose to her water hose, and we was able to fill like jugs and buckets of water from her house to our house to be able to heat up on the stove so we can be able to cook in, to wash in, to wash our clothes. But there was times when we actually just went to the laundromat to wash our clothes because it was just so much to wash bed covers and sheets and blankets and clothes for all of us in the house. So we was able to go to the laundromat for that. But to cook in, to cook food in, to wash up in, you know, we used to have like to get a basin, and that's how we was able to like wash up and to cook. And we roughed it out, you know. That was a hand that we was dealt at the time until my mom was able to get the well to be fixed. And you know, we roughed it out. You know, after a while you got tired of getting up and heating up the water. But you know, I think about it now when we look at like old slavery movies, you know, that's what they had to do to fetch the water. That's how they had to get themselves together. They get wash up. They had to, you know, cook water just like how we did. And we stuck it out as a family. We really did. So when I look at this house, it brings back so many childhood memories and how we grew up and the struggles that my mom went through raising, you know, my sisters and brothers and I, and we made it through until we actually moved from there to Charlotte, North Carolina. So when we left from Bennettsville to Charlotte, things started looking up immediately, like right away. My mom and my stepdad, my brother, he moved first and he was able to get a job right away. And then right after that, my mom, my stepdad, they was able to get a job right away. And then I went to McDonald's just to get some breakfast food. And while my mom and my stepdad was in their interviews, and when they came to pick me up, I already had a job. I interviewed right on the spot, and I started working later on that same day, that night. So the only thing they had to do was to get me with some shoes and some black pants. They provided a shirt and the hat, and it's a blessing. I won't trade my childhood for the world, because it taught me how to get through life struggles. You know, like if something was to come up, it taught me how to get through that. As a teenager, as a young child, it taught me how to be humble, how to appreciate life, how to appreciate things, and not to take things for granted. Because even though I felt like we was going through that, yes, we got picked on by friends, we got picked on by people, you know, yes, it did bother me. It made me feel some type of way. And you know, even though I didn't express it, I did stick up for myself, because I didn't let nobody just sit there and talk junk about me, because I talked my junk back about it, because you know I'm a Little. So yes, my last name was Little. So yeah, we didn't play that. I didn't play nobody talking about me. You know, when they talk junk, I talk junk right back. But it did bother you, and I know it bothered my sisters and brothers, and I know it bothered my mom, because you know she wanted better for us. She wanted better for her children and better for herself. But we had a lot of good times, a lot of good memories, a lot of laughs, a lot of crying. We went through a lot as a family, but we made it. We got through it. So, you know, I had to react to that video. Because you know, I can relate in a lot of ways of how, you know, Nicole was raised, and coming from a country and small town. I love my country life. You know, when I talk, y'all hear me. I know y'all can hear the country in me, and you know, I won't trade it in the world. You know, anyone who grew up in that lifestyle, that country lifestyle, don't let nobody belittle you from where you come from, because you know you can't help where you come from. You know what I'm saying? So I enjoyed my childhood, even though the good, the bad, and the ugly. I enjoyed all of it, because it taught me a lot. And oh yeah, one more thing, y'all. If y'all can see this right here, this used to be an attic. So me, my sister, and my brother, my sister next to me, we used to play in that attic. We used to do all kind of crazy stuff in there. But you know, I love these memories. Really, I really do. So I just wanted to get in here and share with y'all, just to react to her video, because you know it's relatable. I know exactly what she went through, because you know we went through the same thing, been there. So I hope y'all guys enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, share this video out, and make sure you turn on the post notification bell. So I will see y'all guys on the next video. All right, y'all have a happy Monday. Bye, you guys.